Hey, good morning, everybody. Declan here from Life Without Limits Consulting. I just want to talk. The title of the video is Wednesday Wins. My biggest win on Wednesday of this week was going through what's called the terror barrier. I was gripped by fear for many, many years of going to the dentist. And what I need to do actually is go to a dentist about 4 hours from home. He gives me an injection into the vein. I fall asleep, I get sedated, and then the work gets done. And now it goes back to years ago. I wasn't very disciplined with my sweet tooth when I was a child, and I had a lot of fillings in my molars, and the dentist we had at the time was kind of forced upon us, and a little bit because of having to get your, the government medical card in the 80s or whatever it was. But my God, I had some horrendous afternoons lying on as like a 10 and 11 and 12-year-old getting these drills and God knows what, but it was excruciating, and it put a deep-rooted fear in me. Now, I used to have a fear of flying. I got over that. I don't have a fear of public speaking. As you can see, I'm quite confident in the camera. I'm not really afraid of anything, but I'm going to explain here how we get completely gripped by fear. Even, how some fellas, let's say if it's the morning of a football game, a final or whatever, they can feel nauseous in their tummy, or if you're going for a job interview or a driving test or whatever. I'm going to explain a little bit about what the terror barrier is, and how yesterday my Wednesday win was just picking up the phone and saying, this is freaking ridiculous. You're a 38-year-old man. I was with my wife when she was giving birth. I'm like, dude, man, the flip up, you can't be going around the place afraid of the dentist. So yeah, I just called up yesterday. I was like, I'm not getting sedated, I need some work done. And when I went in, they were so good. It was my local dentist here in Carsiveen in County Kerry. And they were just so welcoming, and I think they said they read my file, and I think it said nervous guy, right? Because I've tried it a few times in the past, and I'm consciously good. I'm like, yeah, I want to get work done, and I lie down on the bed, and or the couch, or whatever the thing is called, the chair, I suppose. It's not a bed or a couch, the dentist chair. And they start going to work, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But my body just goes my back arches, my stomach cramps, my hands are like this, and I'm trembling, and tears even go down my face. And I'm like, yeah, sorry about that, because I try and knock the drill out of my mouth with the tongue. It is a totally subconscious actions by my body. I just, you can drive, if you can drive a car or cycle a bike, you're doing it subconsciously. You're not saying left foot, right foot, left, on the bike. You've trained your body, you've trained your subconscious mind how to do it. It controls the body. So for me personally, I'm consciously saying I want to go in here. I'm subconsciously feeling, yeah, I really want to go and get over this fear, but my body's not ready yet. My body's like, no, we don't like this. So it gets into kind of spasms almost, right? So yesterday I went through it, and I've purposely made an appointment for after Christmas and for March and so on, just to build up the habit. And it's been such a big win. I was sharing it with my clients this morning, and I want to explain it to you now. So look, understand as much as you can. You may never have seen this before, but this is what Bob Proctor, my mentor, has said is such an important thing. If you've never seen the mind, you can't change the mind. Most people think the mind is the brain, but this is a diagram that was created in, I think it's in Texas, by a doctor called Dr. Truman Fleet. And he said that the mind is made up of your conscious and subconscious, right? So look at yesterday, for example. I consciously said I wanted to go. I told my subconscious mind, all right, dude, we're going to the dentist, and that's it. And I physically went there, took my body to the dentist, and got the result I wanted. Look at it in another way. I help people with addictions, and I help people to overcome self-limiting beliefs, people even who have been self-harming, for example. And we start talking about this, why is your body doing this? And it's because you've taken ideas that have come into your conscious mind, I'm pardon my language, I'm really shit, or I'm useless, or these things that people say to themselves. We've 80,000 thoughts a day, and if they're not filtering those thoughts between this line, if they accept whatever they willy-nilly accepting ideas into the subconscious mind is like a 5 and 6 year old child. Whatever you tell it, it will believe. So if you keep saying I'm shit, I'm useless, I'm afraid, I'm nervous, the body's going to go okay, because it'll do whatever the subconscious mind tells it. So yesterday I was like, I'm going to the dentist, I don't need to be put under sedation, and the subconscious mind is like, okay, we're going, and we don't need to be under sedation. But the body still hadn't caught up to the subconscious mind. My body it has so many memories of what's happened. I was there in spirit, I was there happy, I was ready to go, but my body was like, are you sure now? And it was trying to hold me back. So let's look at the terror barrier and how you can get through it, so you can do this in your business, in anything, right? So what we would say is, let's say if I'm earning 50 grand a year, and I've made a committed decision in 2019, I'm going to earn 75 grand, or I'm going to earn 100, I'm going to double my income. Now, there's no limitations. at all. Like if you've never earned 50 and now you're earning 50, you've learned that, so you can learn how to do double. It's simple as that, and I'm sorry, but it's true. That means you're in an X vibration. You just are. You just are someone who's earning 50, or let's say if you want to be somebody who's, 17 stone and you want to drop to 14. That's what you just are. Right now, if you get the idea, which we would call a Y-type idea, the Y-type idea enters into the conscious mind, and you kind of go, could I do that? And you might talk to some friends and they'll say, you can't do that. And then you have the ability to accept it into the subconscious or to reject it. So if it's something you truly want to do, you need to accept it into the subconscious mind. And not just accept it into the subconscious mind, you need to get emotionally involved with the idea. Read chapter 4 in Think and Grow Rich. Chapter 4 is called Autosuggestion, an amazing book. And it teaches you how, we've seen this like tennis stars, sports stars, they're like, I can do it, I know I can do it, I'm going to do it, That's you getting emotionally involved with the outcome or the result. So when you repeatedly get emotionally involved with the idea that you are going to double your income in 2019, or if you get emotionally involved with the idea that you're going to go to the dentist and not be afraid, or if you get emotionally involved with the idea that you're going to repair an old relationship that that you miss, or whatever it may be, if the idea comes to you, you have the ability to think about it first. You can accept it or reject it, but the minute you bring it to the subconscious mind, through whatever means, if you bring it in with a fearful state, like I'm going to try, I'm going to hopefully get an extra, like double my income, you're not going to get it. Don't bring it in a weakened state. Bring it in with strength, with conviction, with power, with affirmations, with confidence, with the support of a mentor or any other mentor. But once it gets in there, it'll be expressed through the body, through action, through belief. And what happens then is, if somebody is going towards this barrier, so this is the result they want, and on the opposite side of every single, just before every single result, there's a barrier, there's fear. I spoke to an absolutely beautiful gentleman last night in, what's the name? This is one of the nicest named towns in America. Anyway, Johnny Cash sings about it. It'll come, Baton Rouge. He's from Baton Rouge. This guy, I was talking to him last night, and 2.5 years ago, he was leaving behind his job as an architect, as a planner, and he was going to go and become a real estate owner, and he retreated back to his current life, and he wants to go back and do it again. And I know if he had a great purpose over here, like a big purpose, he would have gone through the terror barrier the last time. Or if he had a bigger goal and a clearer vision, he would have gone through it. So I'm getting a visitor. Hello, kids. Give me 1 second, kids. I'll be out.
Dad, I did have cereal.
You had cereal. That's great, honey. I'll be with you in a moment. So look at it this way, right? Whatever you're doing, this is live. Whatever you're doing, you're going to hit the terror barrier. If you get your Y-type idea and you say, yeah, I'm going to try it. Sure, I'll try it and see what happens. If you take that I'll trying kind of a mentality in, you're going to only try, and you're going to bounce right back off that wall, back to safety, back to security, kind of with your tail between your legs. Whatever the hell you want to achieve, the only way to break through the terror barrier is to get your conscious idea, think about it for a while, and if you say, I'm going to do it, you say, I'm going to do it. You take it into the subconscious mind, and it stops being an X vibration, and it's a Y, and a Y vibration. Let's say Y stands for yes, you're going to go and do it. Because I tell you one thing, if you don't go at goals with extreme conviction and with a committed decision, your body gets into what's called an XY vibration, and it's a confused state, and it causes indecision, it causes doubt, it causes procrastination, it causes self-deprecation. You'll find all the excuses out there why things didn't happen. You will, I'm telling you. So don't go into anything in an XY vibration. Don't say, well, this is what I'm doing and I'd like that. Don't dabble, commit and go for it. And it's the only way, and you will get there. But I would say you'll get there better with the help of, look for a mentor in your community. Go back to the person. You may have spoken to a mentor in the past and probably walked away from it because, it's expensive, or I need money for bills, and you need to invest in yourself so that you can repeatedly learn how to go through those walls, so you're going to earn more and never need help again. You needed help to learn how to drive, and now you can drive forever. You might need help to learn how to get over these things, because people do. You see them all around you, not far away from your home. There's people who are, as they say now in modern psychology, it's like, they're crushing it, man. You might see people out there who are crushing it or achieving more than they used to achieve before. And I can guarantee you, they went through those terror barriers. They had to. because there's no growth unless there's a bit of resistance. You don't grow a bicep unless you're lifting resistance training. So there's a little tip for you this morning. It all came from me. The win was going through another terror barrier. And goals don't have to be about getting things. Goals are about the growth of you as a person. And I really, really felt I grew yesterday. Like my 8-year-old daughter went for dental work on Tuesday evening, and looking at her there being so calm, and you know, she's no fears whatsoever, I was like, I'm doing it. So you can get inspiration from anywhere. And I just want to say thanks for watching, and you know, comment below if you have gone through terror barriers, or if there's something you'd like to learn how to go through. It's a learned process, and I guarantee you can do it. I run towards fear, and I run so far away from comfort, because comfort was getting me crappy results, crappy feelings, and a whole heap of excuses. No more of those, I'm afraid. Only results from now on. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic Thursday.